Thank you for stopping into another video. I think this one might be a little controversial. I hope it isn't too controversial, but I have a feeling it probably will be. But over on LBRY or Odyssey, I had one of the people who comments quite a bit. He supports me over there. He's a fantastic guy. I'm not going to give out his username because I'll be throwing up the comment on the screen so you can see what he let me know. So in the video, I referred to myself as a content creator, and he, let me know that that's not the best thing to be doing, and linked to the words to avoid page over at the GNU Foundation, and I will put the link in the description below. I want to go ahead and talk about this because I feel like, for one, this is definitely word policing. I mean, it's the definition of word policing, but at the same time, I think there's some good points here, but there's also some not so good points. So let's talk about it. First things first, I want to go over content and creator, which are two of, the exact words that I said. And they're the first ones that I've got loaded up here on my laptop. So let's go through content. What do they have to say about content? If you want to describe the feeling of comfort and satisfaction, try, or by all means, say that you are content. But using the word as a noun to describe publications and works of authorship adopts an attitude you might rather avoid. It treats them as a commodity whose purpose is to fill a box and make money. In effect, it disparages the works themselves. If you don't agree with that attitude, you can call them works or publications. Those who use the term content are often the publishers that push for increased copyright power in the name of the authors, creators, as they say, of the works. The term content reveals their real attitude towards these works and their authors. This was also recognized by Tom Chatfield in The Guardian. Content itself is beside the point. As the very use of the word, like content, suggests, the moment you start labeling every single piece of writing in the world content, you have conceded its interchangeability, its primary purpose as mere grits to the metrical mill. In other words, content reduces publications and writings to a sort of pap fit to be piped through the tubes of the internet. We'll skip over this. It's talking about another page, but however, as long as the people use the term content provider, political dissidents, we call, as they call themselves, or as, oh my gosh, dissidents, can we call themselves malcontent providers. The term content management takes the prize for vacuity. Content means some sort of information, and management in this context means doing something with it. So a content management system is a system for doing something to some sort of information. Nearly all programs fit that description. In most cases, that term really refers to a system for updating pages on a website. For that, we recommend the term Website Revision System, WRS. Okay, so that's content. Before I get into it, let's go ahead and read what they got to say about creator. Creator. The term creator, as applied to authors, implicitly compares them to a deity, the creator. The term is used by publishers to elevate the author's moral standing above that of ordinary people in order to justify giving them increased copyright power, which the publishers can then exercise in their name. We recommend saying author instead. However, in many cases, copyright holder is what you really mean. These two terms are not equivalent. Often the copyright holder is not the author. Okay. So we've covered content and creator. I have some disagreements here with this. For one, specifically the creator part, that is assuming that you, I guess, are religious, and you're also taking a word completely out of context and applying it. Like, creator doesn't necessarily, in my mind, creator doesn't bring up an image of God or the creator. Like, I'm not thinking of a deity. When I just say creator out of context, that's not what I'm thinking of. So when it comes to the creator part here, I feel like this is someone's particular, like what they see or think of when someone just says the word creator out of context, and they have applied the definition of their term, the creator, meaning deity, to just be everything creator. No, if you make, I don't know, let's say videos, you are a video creator. What else would you say? Video maker? That works too. This is one of those things where, especially this creator part, I have a really hard time agreeing with, because at the end of the day, most of the time when people are referring to a creator, they're talking about someone who makes videos, articles. They make stuff. It's going to be a little controversial here, but they create stuff. So that one, I don't really jive with the don't say creator. Although I will say, when it comes to talking about authors and, more of like when we're talking about places like, I'm trying to think, Vice or BuzzFeed or some crappy place like that. But those, when they talk about their creators or authors, when they talk about their creators, yes, you should be talking about authors, because, that's what they are. They are authors. They write articles, stuff like that would be the best term for it. But a article creator, it's a worse way about going about saying it, but it's just as accurate. And it, in that given context, it is not confusing whatsoever. So the creator part, don't really jive with it. Now, the content, I do agree with this a bit, because content is essentially, that could describe anything, like almost anything. If it's not a tangible, like a blanket, yeah, that's not content. But that being said, content is too loose of a term. So I don't know what I'm gonna call myself from now on, or refer to myself as. I would assume I would just be a video creator. That's probably what I'll refer to myself as from now on. But when it comes to specifically these two terms here, the thing about saying you're a content creator that makes sense is most of the time when people are asking, me, hey, so I heard you, post stuff online. What do you do? Oh, well, I'm a content creator on YouTube, Odyssey. It makes it easier, because I don't necessarily just do videos. I do some live stream stuff. So I see a use for content creator, but I also do totally get what this is saying here, where you have to, for you to be able to call yourself a content creator, there needs to be more context added, because content can be just about anything. So it is confusing. So I think calling yourself a video creator is much more apt. Possibly video author, but that's, now we're getting onto a place, like, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to word policing. It breaks down after a point, because eventually language becomes this hopscotch game, like where you've got to bounce through it and hopefully you make it to the other side without bumps and bruises. I don't really jive with it, but I think video creator is fine, because again, everyone's different, and you can have your own interpretation of a word out of context. Hopefully me continuing to say creator does not upset you, but I heavily disagree. I'm not going to talk about my own beliefs here. That's not what this channel is for, period. It never will be, never is. But I don't, even with my beliefs, I don't see creator out of context as meaning a deity. I don't, and I don't think most people do. Like when you say, what is a creator? Or just creator, straight out of context. Most people be like, someone who makes something, or, you know, craftsmen. I don't know, something like that. Like someone who creates stuff. Like that's what creator means. But anywho, now I do want to go ahead. We sort of covered the stuff that I mainly wanted to talk about here in this article, but I am going to go ahead because there's one that I found that was really, really funny to me. Is Photoshop is on this page. This has to be from like back in the day, because this cannot be relevant anymore. But I had to share this because this is funny. Photoshop. Please avoid using the term Photoshop as a verb, meaning any kind of photo manipulation or image editing in general. Photoshop is just the name of one particular image editing program, which should be avoided since it's proprietary. Agree with you there. There are plenty of free programs for editing images such as GIMP. I don't know very many people out there that refer to GIMP or any Inkscape and I don't know, any image editing program that you can get out there as just Photoshop. I have a feeling that in the past, I think this was much more like of a prevalent problem, but as far as I know today, no one uses GIMP or anything other than Photoshop and calls it Photoshop, unless they're about 14 and trying to brag to their friends about how, you know, rich they are because, you know, mom and daddy can pay for them to have an Adobe Cloud subscription. I don't see many people saying Photoshop meaning something else anymore, but it just cracked me up because I'm like, I'm trying to envision someone using GIMP and being like, yeah, this is Photoshop. I just use Photoshop. I don't say it happening that much, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you disagree with me in the comments down below, because I'm sure you do. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that disagree with me. Let me know. Also, if you like the video, and even if you disliked it, hit the like button or dislike button, you know, either one. It's much appreciated. Let me know how you feel, as well as comment down below. Give me a little bit of description how you feel on this, or you know, just in general. Let me know your opinions on it. And I post videos pretty frequently. Hopefully, if this irks you a little bit, or hey, maybe it piqued your interest, hit that subscribe button. It's very much appreciated. And check me out over on LBRY. I will be throwing up the page of all the supporters that I've got over on LBRY, Odyssey, as well as you can now support me through LibrePay or Patreon. Both of them are very much appreciated. I am trying to make this a full-time gig, trying to make sure that I can, you know, spend the proper amount of time putting in and getting quality videos for you guys made, as well as, you know, keeping it frequent, but it takes a lot of time to be able to edit, record, do all this stuff, and then try and keep up at least a minimum of one a day video. So it's a little bit of work. Any type of support is appreciated. Commenting, liking, subscribing, hell, supporting me over on LBRY with some LBC. Any way that you can go about supporting me, it's very much appreciated. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.